We're pregnant! Woo! Welcome to the Woo Woo Mamas podcast. My name is Alyssa Love.
And my name is Emily Valentine. And we're not sisters, but we are best friends.
And we are going to become your besties on this journey, whether you're pregnant like we are, a new mom, or wanting to become a mom someday, or maybe just curious about the whole woo-woo world.
Yeah. Because, like, what would we have done if we're so close? You're 10 days behind me.
Yeah, literally.
If we didn't have each other, you guys, I'd be losing my freaking mind.
Losing our freaking minds. Yeah. So it's amazing because, I mean, I feel like I'm really lucky because you experience things 10 days before I do.
Yeah.
So I kind of have like a little foreshadowing of what I'm going to experience. But we'll probably give birth like
on the same day. Oh, we already said no, we can't do
but we don't want that.
Because we can't do double birthday parties. No.
Yeah, that will be insane. But it could happen.
It could.
And it's okay if it does. But let's create that it doesn't.
Yeah. Maybe it'll be like a day apart.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We're going to let you guys know for sure.
But it's actually so funny because we met probably like a year and a half ago or almost 2 years
Maybe
ago
2
now.
years. Yeah.
Yeah.
2 years, I think.
But we met because we went to the same yoga studio.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, I was moving to Costa Rica.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh.
And you were kind of moving to Costa Rica also.
I was considering it. Yeah.
Yeah. And so the owner introduced us because she thought we were both moving to Costa Rica.
Yeah.
But then neither of us ended up moving to Costa Rica.
Oh, here we are in California.
We're still here.
Yeah.
Which is great. But I think that's so funny that that's like why we met.
Yeah. It's funny, and it's also beautiful that we met at a Kundalini yoga studio.
Yeah. We're like
so magical.
Kundalini obsessed.
We're like woo-woo AF. But we're also really practical and not granola. We're not into the granola.
Not that there's anything wrong with granola.
No,
but
it's just
we're not going to like cloth diaper and make our toys out of wood. Well, I don't know. Actually, I might.
Actually, that Montessori schools do that.
Oh, yeah. Montessori.
Okay, I'm into the wooden toys possibly.
Okay, I am
but
too.
Not cloth diapering.
I don't know if I'll make them with a saw.
No, I'm
myself.
not. We're not going to make the wood toys, but we will buy them.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or maybe we'll gather them. I don't know.
Maybe we'll gather them. Who knows?
Like little twigs. I don't know. We're not there yet. We're still pregnant.
Yeah.
I'm like 17 weeks as of this recording.
Yes. And
So
I'm literally today 19 weeks as of this recording.
Okay. So that means I'm 17 and a half weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's so fun. This has been like the craziest journey.
Oh
like,
my gosh.
I knew it was going to be a spiritual journey. I knew I was going to learn a lot, but I had no idea what I was in for, to be honest.
No, it's been such a roller coaster ride of emotions and stuff coming up and clearing it. And it's such a beautiful journey, but it's challenging at times. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's, I think, a big reason that we decided to create this podcast for you guys.
Yeah. That's exactly why.
Just to share where we're at, what we've been through, and like maybe pave the road for you just a little, make it just a little easier, give you a little perspective, or at least, you know, feel like you have a friend on this journey, because maybe you don't have a best friend who's 10 days apart in pregnancy. Yeah. So we get to be your besties.
Yeah. And you don't have to feel alone. I would definitely feel so alone if I didn't have anyone to talk to about it.
Yeah.
It's just so special that we get to share about it and share our woo-woos perspectives. Our woo-woos.
We literally, I think we talk all day, every day.
We WhatsApp each other, voice text, like probably at least
like 2
4
hours worth. Oh, 4. Okay.
No, okay, two.
Maybe
3.
3.
Okay.
Oh, a lot.
A lot.
And it's always, I mean, sometimes it's about silly things like, do you have a belly yet? Or are you gassy? Or are you constipated?
What are you craving today?
Yeah. What are you eating? How much are you napping? But a lot of times it's like the processing that we're doing, like the emotional stuff that's coming up and the spiritual stuff and the meditations that we're doing, the journaling that we're doing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I think we're both really committed to like seeing these patterns that come up and working to like clear them and learn the lesson from them. And that's why we wanted to create this podcast too, to like share our personal journeys and hopefully like leave you guys with, wow, you're not alone, or like the feeling of not being alone, and also learning something of value for yourselves and to have fun, right?
And fun.
We have fun. We having fun.
We having fun. We having fun.
We having fun. Yeah.
Always a dance party.
Yeah.
Do you want to share a little bit about your like pregnancy story?
Yeah, sure. So, I planned my pregnancy. It was planned. Should I go into like all the details of before? Should I tell you guys?
I don't know.
Now there's secrets.
Well, I know we're going to have a whole episode on the before, but you can tell them.
I'll just save it. I'm going to save it for you guys. And then you guys can check it out in one of the episodes. We'll let you know. So, we planned ours and it was so magical. The first try.
Yeah.
I know the day because it was just like, okay, that was the day the baby wanted to come in, you know?
So you like felt it. You were like, I just got pregnant.
Yeah. I prepared the space before it was like my ovulation day, and I Reiki'd myself and I opened up my womb and I was like raking my womb and like really like calling in the soul, you know?
Yeah.
Which I'd never done before. It was really beautiful. And I could just feel that the soul like implanted. It was cool. And then I got pregnant here, because I'm here. And now I'm 19 weeks. So it's been really exciting. Yeah. No, it really has, but challenging too.
All the things. Yeah. It's like everything.
I feel like there's so much more to my story, but we'll talk about it later.
Yeah. Yeah. For us, I mean, we were definitely planning to get pregnant later in this year.
Yeah.
And then well, it was funny because it's like we were like, okay, we'll start trying in a couple months. And then as soon as we said we would start trying, like it just happened. And we were like, oh, we didn't even have to try. It just happened. So I feel like so grateful that, I didn't have to go through. Mm-hmm. I think it was probably because I didn't put any of the stress on myself to make it happen. But because it wasn't like in my timeline, it definitely freaked me out at first. Like I was equal parts so excited and like, okay, I was wanting this, like ready for this, but am I ready for this? Yeah. I felt like, oh shit, I thought I was going to have a couple more months to like prepare things and get everything in order. And so there's definitely, even like at the very beginning of the pregnancy, a lot of surrendering to just, it's not all about my timeline and what I think is best, but there's a divine timeline.
Yeah.
So
thank God, because otherwise I would have, well, I guess maybe we would be pregnant at the same time, but I'd be birthing while you were in your first trimester or something.
Yeah.
So it's part of the divine
I kind of feel like you manifested me getting pregnant early.
I remember when you called, I think you WhatsApped me and you were like, I need to talk, or I need to talk to her. You said something and I just knew. I was like, she's totally pregnant. Oh, because you were a little bit late. Oh, you were getting your hair done and you were like, I'm like 4 days late or something. And I was like, how late were you?
I was 3 days late.
And I knew it in that moment. I was like, she's freaking pregnant. But I have a partner.
Yeah. But I was like in denial about it. Yeah. Like now looking back, I knew I was feeling different. It's a similar kind of feeling as like you're going to get your period, but like it doesn't come kind of feeling. But it was different, And it was also a super intense full moon. So I remember I was blaming it on the full moon. I was like, God, this moon is crazy. Yeah. And like, I thought it was something to do with that. Because it's happened to me in the past around like eclipse season where my cycle will shift. Mm. And instead of being in line instead of bleeding with the new moon, I would shift to bleeding with the full moon. Oh. And I was like, okay, this is probably what's happening. But it wasn't what was happening.
Yeah. I could understand to just to give like what's the word when you give like a little bit of information but not like the full scope? Like a preview.
Yeah,
a
sprinkle.
I can understand what, like, there's so many ways that people get pregnant, right? Like sometimes it's a total surprise. So like for you, I could understand like the surrendering of it. Sometimes it's been maybe you're waiting for a year or 2 years, you know, like there's just so many different elements to having it. And I actually was pregnant before. We're going to talk about this on another episode, but it was a surprise, and that was very challenging for me. So I can kind of understand that as well. And I think however you're feeling, oh, that was weird. I think like an angel just brushed my shoulder.
That's sweet.
I think it's actually just sweat from my armpit. Yeah, it's definitely sweat. Okay.
Oh my God, I get hot like so much faster than before.
It's crazy.
So crazy.
Yeah, but however you're feeling is perfect, right?
Yeah, because there's like a lesson in every single step.
Yeah.
Even if you're like, oh my God, okay, already with the lessons, like there's so much to learn in this process.
Oh my gosh.
If you're open to it. And I think it can be like a really beautiful spiritual journey if you dive into it rather than resist it.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's like every episode that we're going to have is going to have a different lesson that we kind of conquered and how you can integrate that lesson, whether or not you're pregnant. And especially if you're going through the same challenges that we are or that we have. So
yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
We're so excited to share our journeys with you. And we know we're going to like strike a chord with so many people and make a difference. So high five.
High five.
Okay.
Anything else you want to tell these ladies?
I don't know. I feel like that's a good intro. Yeah.
There's so much coming, so
get excited.
Get super excited. Make sure to subscribe. Stay in touch with us. You can also find us on Instagram. Woo, woo, woo.
Yeah, make sure to like the video and comment. Like if you have anything you want to share with us, we'll totally respond. We're good about that.
We're super good about that.
Yeah.
At least until the babies come. And then we don't know what our life is going to be like.
I shouldn't have said that. I'm like, oh, what if I...
No. We'll be good about it for now. Unless we're taking a nap.
Thanks for that. Yeah, exactly.
All right, babes. Yeah. So excited to be here with you. Have a wonderful day.
Mwah. Woo woo.
Woo woo.
Mamas.